job here. Kind of bored, tired, all the above. So figured I'd jump on and try to do a video of some of the stuff going around. I'm so behind on stuff. I'm so behind on catching up on the vinyl tags. I just don't have a lot of time right now. But I want to get on and do something. I missed some contests I wanted to do really bad. Like Chad from Horror Biz, I really wanted to do that. Actually, I had the albums out to do it, and the day I pulled them out, that night that was the end of the contest. So I'm like, oh shit. Anyway, well, check out Chad from Horror Biz. I'll link him in the signature so that he can get a chance to do his contest. But this one is, I'm pretty sure the Rock Scout started. 5 middle-of-the-road albums. You know, a band's discography, an album that went under the radar or doesn't get a lot of, you know, it's not popular with fans of the band or stuff like that, or just doesn't get a lot of show. I'm going by what I see in the VC or what people have said, even up to recently, about a certain album here. I try not to use the same things. I had a couple that somebody used already. I won't say anything, dude, 1973. But just going to go with what I think. Could be wrong. It's just stuff I don't see in the VC hardly at all. Or if I do, it's generally not these albums. You know, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, I'm just going to start it off. This is off the cuff. I don't have anything prepared or anything like I normally don't anyway, because I just like going. But I'm just going to start off with number 1. And that's Great Whites. And you're probably going to be like, what? Great Whites, Twice Shy. To me, aside from their initial albums, this is one of their best albums. I know the album before this got a lot of play. Once Bitten got a lot of play. But I think this one has a more bluesier edge to it, and it actually has my favorite. Come on, you can do it. Great White song, which is House of Broken Love, the long version. I love that song. If you can sit there and listen to that song and not love it, I don't understand. It fits the metal, it fits the hard rock, it fits the blues. It's such a good song. And there's great songs on here. My Heart to Hunter, Move It, Heart to Hunter, Mr. Bone, Angel Song. I mean, there's a lot of good songs on here. I just don't see it get a lot of play. I just don't see it get a lot of the play. And I think they threw some clunkers in there, you know, for a while. After this, there was a couple clunkers. I mean, decent, but I mean, honestly, if that's what they debuted at, I probably wouldn't buy it. I mean, but I like their earlier metal stuff, and then I like their bluesy sound, you know. Shout in the Dark was metal, but Once Bitten, Twice Shy had more of the Mark Kendall bluesy influence, which I love on its own. I mean, it's really good. So, and Jack Russell's voice can't be a cat. Stop shaking the table. So, Great White, number 5. And this is no order. I'm just ripping off the 5. Now next, I can't remember who just recently talked about this album. I highly disagree. It might have been Metal Mickey. And we all have our opinions, and I'm happy with that. But I was just like, really? I mean, the album is Anthrax, Persistence of Time. Persistence of Time. To me, this is where they got a little more serious. To me, this is a maturity album. You know, in the 80s, they came out hard and heavy, and they got into Among the Living, which is a bit, you know, satire-y. State of Euphoria is really satire-y. I'm the Man and all that stuff. It was great stuff. It's Anthrax is one of my favorite thrash bands, period. But, I mean, it was kind of on the hokey side, kind of like Steel Panther, you know? Great songs, great stuff. Lyrics are kind of stupid on most of the songs, but, you know. But this, to me, this is their album where they matured, you know? To me, I find it to be This is the reissue one that I didn't even know about until I seen it. I don't have the OG, so I picked that up. It reminds me, this one, when Belladonna came back and they did worship music and Kings, I can't think of it now. Of course I can't think of them on camera, but that's what that reminds me of. This is like an early version of those two albums, in my opinion. I don't get it. I want to kill this cat because he's shaking the table. Hey! And I don't get it. I don't get the hate for this album. Not hate. I guess comparison of it being blah. I really liked it. To me, it was time for a change for the band, and that's what they did. And I agree with it. I just like their process and that. What I think is middle of the road, in my opinion, is John Bush. I do not like John Bush with Anthrax. All those albums, I mean, the only reason I have them is essentially, there's a good song or two on there, is essentially to complete the discography. And I have them on CD, I don't have them all on vinyl yet. But, and I like John Bush and Armored Saint. It's really weird that it didn't work. Belladonna just has, his voice is perfect for this band. You know, and he's still going to kick ass. He's still kicking ass. That's number 4. Now I know this album gets a lot of heat. Yes, it's a little poppy. It was more radio ready, but so was the album before this. And that's Twisted Sister's "Love Is for Suckers." I know Leader of the Pack's on here, and people got all weird about that. I like the cover. I like the song to begin with, the oldie one, and I like the way that they did it. This is a much more polished Twisted Sister, so I can see where people got a little turned off. But I mean, everybody was doing it at this time. Just about everybody was doing it. I mean, you got your mainstay, like even Iron Maiden did stuff like that. I mean, people won't admit it, but they did. They kind of turned more radio ready in the later '80s. I mean, they were putting out Somewhere in Time and Seventh Son to Seventh Son. To me, those are poppy albums for Iron Maiden. But I love this album. I think it's their second best album. I like this better than Stay Hungry, and I love Stay Hungry. I like side B of Stay Hungry. Captain Howdy and Street Jazz. I love that stuff. I could never hear The Price Again, which I like that song. We're Not Gonna Take It and I Wanna Rock. They're just classics. I mean, every time they come on, everybody, I don't care who you are, you're getting into that song. But this album is middle of the road, in my opinion, to most fans, and I love it. Now, I had to do a little stretching on one because, like I said, a couple of mine that I was going to talk about, people I already picked up. And so I'm going to go with this band's, well, this would be the third album if you count their non-English one. TNT, Tell No Tales. This is their album after Knights of the New Thunder, which is an all-time fave debut album for me. Well, American debut album. This is very poppy. I mean, it has that same element as Twisted Sister. They might even be the same year, come to think of it. But you can tell the record company got to them, and they decided to try to write more radio songs or more MTV songs at the time, and they did. They put out what song was it? Everyone's a Star and 10,000 Lovers in One. Big MTV Headbangers Ball songs. But then you got songs like, where's it at? Desperate Nights, which is complete hard rock metal. Northern Lights is great. Tell No Tales is a metal song. I mean, that should have been on Knights of the New Thunder. And Ronnie Laticro, my God, my cats are going to drive me nuts tonight. Ronnie Laticro is an underrated guitar player. Phenomenal guitar player. He's really quirky. He likes noises with the guitar and stuff like that, but this album is fantastic. And it doesn't get enough play, or it gets most of the time I hear people talk about it, they talk about, you know, how commercial it was. Yeah, again, everybody got commercial. Now, this last one, number one, I guess would say, this one nobody pays attention to except for, I mean, the hardcore Queensryche fan like myself. I buy everything, even the, you know, Unknown Frequency was kind of crap, and that's when the band split and there was 2 Queensryches for a while. And then Jeff Tate and the band had a big fallout. I don't know who it was. It seems like it's more Tate anymore. But the band found a new singer in Todd Latore. This is their second album with him, and this was last year? I think it was last year, in 16, the end of 16. I don't remember offhand. But Todd Latore is a fucking clone of Jeff Tate. Todd Latore sung in Crimson Glory after Midnight died. And he done all their shows. I mean, the guy has that range of both Jeff Tate and Midnight. It's just phenomenal. And their first album was really good. This album kicks ass, and it's called Condition Human. I mean, if you want to get back to, this is like the album between, this album should have been after Operation Mindcrime, in my opinion. Bulletproof, the song on here called Bulletproof is phenomenal. It's one of my favorite tracks on the album. I can't. It's one of those albums where the print, the titles are there. You can't see them because it's dark on dark. I don't understand why companies do that. And of course I can't see because I'm half blind anymore. Guardian, Arrow of Time, Toxic Remedy, I mean, Bulletproof, The Aftermath. You just, every song on here is great in my opinion, and it sounds like Queensryche. People just don't give it a chance. And I mean, Queensryche's probably my 1-2 favorite band, you know? And you know how, if you watch my videos and stuff, you know how I feel about changing singers. I think you guys who like Queensryche, especially early, you know, Rage for Order, Mindcrime time frame, well, not Rage for Order, but Mindcrime time frame, you got to check it out. You got to give it a listen. If you have it, you just have it because you wanted to finish the discography, just put it on and listen to it. I mean, seriously. I mean, you're missing out, in my opinion. I would highly, highly rate the 2 albums with Todd Latore on there. And I'm kind of a purist in this sense, so I think that is a middle of the road album that people just need to get onto and check out again. I think that's it. I think that's what we're going through. Going for, rather. I know you're probably going to agree with some of them, and that's fine. That's why it's R5, just like everything else. It's like your list. When I see people complaining about other people's lists, I mean, I can see have an opinion about it. You know, like when Farley's doing his series about top 30 thrash albums, that's his top 30 thrash songs. That's his favorite ones. So just because, you know, I may not agree with something being in there doesn't mean it changes what he thinks. That's his list. And I like stuff like that. I like learning about people in the VC, whether it's music, personal, stuff like that. I get sucked into that stuff because I like to learn about people, you know, that you essentially start to care about and becomes friends with, and that's how you learn. You listen. A lot of people don't listen these days. Anyway, before I get on another rant, I'm going to get out of here. Scott, I'm pretty sure that's what you were going for, or yeah, with Scott. And I hope this fits the bill. There's a lot I could go through, actually. I mean, I was just trying to pull ones I think that people miss or don't understand fully. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll be doing a new one soon. I might do one tonight. You never know. Depends if my lazy ass can get up and pull albums. That's the only thing I like about CDs. They're much easier to grab versus albums. And my shit, as you can see, is all over the place right now because I've got so many albums so quickly. I've got one of those 4-cube collect systems from IKEA filled. I've got 2 big, what they peaches or whatever the hell they were, crates. I've got 2 of them filled, and I got all these behind me. That's why these are all piled there. So I had to get that room done so I can get my shit back together. And I actually like to stand up better. It's easier to find stuff. Anyway, there goes that rambling again. Thank you guys. I will catch you soon.